And we hit it. Yeah. Culture Visions. It's not even it's Culture Visions Network is what we're doing. And this podcast or this live stream is called, um, what are we gonna call it? The Fall Off? The Fall Off. And a part about being, you know, things with the fall off is that you gotta have some context to it. Um, the fall off is something that we all have done in our lives. Um, I don't like to call it losing, and I don't like to call it failing. It's just the fall off because sometimes you fall off and you can get right back up. You know what I'm saying? And so, oh, hold on. Listen, I'm trying to get the song for you. So some of you can't hear this. Some of you can't hear this on the live stream on the YouTube because they don't pay us for it. But those of you that want to listen to the music that I'm going to be playing, you can go to my website at thecvpodnetwork.com. Listen, come on. Sorry, I can't hear this in the background. I'm sorry, but yo, listen. Listening to J. Cole to Fall Off. Shout out to everybody that is listening live from wherever you at. This is the Fall Off. This is the Fall Off show. Come on. Come on. Hey, I vividly remember who was there. I vividly remember who was there. I vividly remember who was there. Yeah. It's one thing I noticed though. It's one thing I will tell you, and I do know about the fall off is that sometimes you fall off in so many areas that you didn't even realize. Dang, you needed those things to continue to push you forward. And I need podcasting like cats need 9 lives. That was so corny. No. All jokes aside, I need podcasting for my everyday life. Like I didn't realize it's therapeutic. I didn't realize that. So until I am able to get the 4 quarters, which I was doing with my brother Oz, back on, and the Culture Visions podcast back on. Those are 2 separate podcasts. This is now a third, which is a show that I'm going to try to go and do. I tried to do the podcast thing with the Culture Visions again and try to talk and all of that stuff. I just realized it just wasn't me. It just wasn't my true, authentic self. Now, I am going to say this is a podcast or this is a show. Okay. Man, 4 days a week, 3 days a week. I don't know. I got to compete. And I realize that I have to compete in order for me to be in the game. So this is how you're going to get it until I'm able to get back in the studio and do what I need to do. You know, I'm gonna admit something before we get this thing started. Uh, you're going to have to bear with me because I got wires and stuff everywhere, but I just had to get back to it. I just had to. And I'm going to admit something. I am I was embarrassed from where I started, because you know when you start, oh, it's what it is. You only see yourself going up. So as everything started to go up, it started to translate, and you started to see maturation, started to see the process. I fell in love with like seeing how great it was going to be. And so for me, I just every time I went to pod over the last probably 6 months, um, besides the Four Quarters podcast, just pod by myself, I was like, this is not what I want to do. Like, this is not fun. Like, I was podding and I was having fun, and like it was like doing it, and it was great. And now that I'm having to do it by myself, I felt like I had told Oz, I was like, I feel weird talking to myself. Like, that's kind of weird to talk to yourself. And then you try to bring people in to talk to them or whatever have you, but that doesn't translate. That doesn't kind of compute into having fun and doing it. I even talked to my buddy. I did talk to my buddy Randy about going to his barbershop and doing it. I just was like, eh, you know what I'm saying? But he was right. I needed to get to it. And so I was just embarrassed the way it sounded, how I sounded, how I looked, all of that jazz. And then I didn't want to call it the same thing. Like I just seen the way I was doing it kind of before. And I just loved that. And I fell in love with that. But it was a quote that was said to me today, actually, November 5th. It was said that sometimes God um, throws you the life raft, and you're waiting, and you think you're waiting on God, but you are just going in your own direction, your own demise. And it was like a story, I guess, in the Bible where it referenced to a gentleman sitting on top of a, a house. It was a flood. He was sitting on top of a house, and every time somebody would come and throw a life raft to him, he's like, "No, I'm gonna be obedient to God, and I'm waiting, I'm gonna do this." And it just stuck with me today when I'm gonna just say my lady said this to me. She been trying to get me to do pod, like just to do it where I'm doing it at, and it doesn't matter what somebody tries to tell you to do. You just be in your own head sometimes, and you know what's right, but you also know what you want, and you want it to be perfect. You want it to be a certain way, and sometimes you what she was saying to me, and what she was saying about that story was, yo, the raft has been thrown for you to do it. Just go do it. You just waiting on God to send you something, but He's sending you something. And so I listened. You know what I'm saying? And I came home. I was like, I'm just gonna do it today, because yesterday I started to do it, and shit. He was talking to me. He was like, bro, like, what are you doing? Just do it. Just do the show, bro. Just go and do it, man. You just what you want to do. And I'm so grateful to have them two in my life that they don't hold no punches. Y'all gotta understand, like, Oz is he. You haven't seen Oz. Y'all haven't seen Oz the way I see Oz. And that man, I would say that Negro, he be saying some stuff behind the scenes. And so does my lady. And sometimes I act like I don't hear it, or I just be in my own zone, but I really do hear it. And I put it to the burner. And now this is what it is. So this show is called The Fall Off. Let me finish with my little thing, my little intro. Let me finish with my little intro for the people that's gonna go to my website and watch it. What is this? This is what starting out looks like. This is what starting out looks like, yo. Because this is wild. I don't understand. Sometimes things just be so crazy for me. But anyways, for those of you who listening on my website, go ahead and enjoy. Go ahead and enjoy the tunes of J. Cole. Sorry, YouTube, they ain't paying me. So until they start paying me, so we can play music, we'll do it. But right now, nah, it's not going down. Yeah. Hey, it ain't love if it costs something. I can't recall. Okay. Come on. Come on. If you want to listen to the music that I'm playing right now, you got to go to my website, the CB Pod Network. It'll be up there. Go ahead. So that's it. That's it. So we're gonna get started, man. The things that I would like to talk about is Monday night. Monday night, I did not fully watch the game. I did watch the highlights, and what I did see was Baker Mayfield face when he lost the coin toss. Bro thought he was about to die. He was so mad, that he lost the coin toss. But again, you're playing Patrick Mahomes. Monday Night Football. The Bucks versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs wound up being victorious in overtime. Patrick Mahomes was doing Patrick Mahomes things. Now, I will say, for those of you who are saying that the NFL is rigged, Cam Newton said it's not rigged. So I'm going to believe it from Cam Newton. Okay? A person that went to the Super Bowl, who got destroyed in the Super Bowl, but he played his ass off. And some were saying that he had some issues with his character flaws as far as jumping on the football, but whatever. But the Bucks and the Kansas City Chiefs played, and there was a play that happened where an offensive lineman jumped too early. Now, I want to say about that, him jumping too early, sometimes that's the refs, they're human. They got human eyes. They're not going to see that all the time, especially when it's bang, bang. But it's been a lot of things calling into question with Kansas City over the years. Doesn't it seem eerie, though, that this is happening while they're on their stretch run? And then the New England Patriots had that same thing. It's always seeming to be something that's going on with teams that are dynasty teams that are winning a lot. And people just don't want, they want to see somebody else win. Now, again, I want to see the Bills win just as the next Buffalo Bills fan. I am also a Chicago Bears fan as well. We are number 18 for them was trash. But anyways, what I'm saying is I don't want to see them lose because Kansas City lose because they're being because the refs are now taking something away. We need to see definitive evidence for certain things. Now, I would pull up a clip and show you, but we can't do that right now. But what I will tell you is go watch the game or go watch the highlight. It's on YouTube, and you'll see if you press play, it happened that fast. You can't see that. So imagine a ref on the side. He not said go. It's just so it just happened. Now I know that they're supposed to be trained, but things happen. Now that wouldn't have dictated the outcome of the game, I believe, because it would, or whatever have you. But it would have made it harder, right? That's what you want to see harder. You want to see fair. But anyways, pause. But anyways, Kansas City Chiefs won Monday night. Now 8-0. There are a lot of AFC teams that could win the Super Bowl this year if they go. And there's not a lot of NFC teams that are, you say I'm head over heels with love with them going to win. But Detroit, I would say Detroit would be in that category of NFC team, and maybe the Eagles if they can get their things together. But not a lot. The Falcons. See, the thing about the Falcons that scare me with them is Kirk Cousins. If bad Cousins show up, it's gonna be a long, super long playoff game because he played very well for the Vikings, and then they got in the playoffs, and he wet the bed. He really did wet the bed. So that's what I'm worried about with the Falcons is that they had one of those lapse moments with him. Other than that, though, I mean, there a lot of trades during the deadline. It seems like the rich getting richer. The Ravens traded for a receiver from Carolina. The Chiefs wind up getting DeAndre Hopkins. The Pittsburgh Steelers traded with the Jets and got Mike Williams. Hey, listen, the Washington. You know what? The Washington Redskins. They scared. They play like they shouldn't have won against the Bears. So go figure. But they too scare me. But they just picked up a Saints cornerback, Lattimore. Whew. You adding them to that? Oh, it's about to go crazy. It's about to go crazy there. But we remain to be seen. I mean, week 8, the trade deadline. So you got 9 more weeks. Went by fast. On to college football. College football. Hold on. You can't hear it, but you got to go to my website to be able to hear this. Yes, we're back. So check it out. College football. The playoffs. I like this 12 playoff thing here. Here's what I don't like. I don't like how certain teams are going, if they lose, like Penn State and Ohio State, they play each other and they don't move too far out. So that doesn't give the opportunity for a lower school who hasn't lost to be put in there because they're still going off the strength of the schedule. So it kind of doesn't really help much, right? So I get it. You're trying to keep the best 12 teams in the strength of schedule. But what about that one team that is right now 8-0? They're 8-0. And so I can't wait to the end of to get to the point to where the playoffs is so we can actually see it. But go Dogs. Go Dogs. I'm not talking about anybody else. If your team is out there, put them in the comments or whatever have you, but go Dogs. The NCAA basketball team, basketball has started. Go UNC. UNC is looking good. There's a lot. I can't wait for the March Madness with that. I watch UNC and Duke more than I will watch like any other team. I know that they're going to be coming down the stretch and they're going to make it. You know what I mean? But I can't wait for the tournament because you get to see other teams that are actually good. So that started. The NBA has started. LeBron James and his dad here. I know I'm late to the party, but here, this is what it is. But LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. played for the first time ever as a father-son, and that is a special moment. That right there, a lot of people are coming up. They're going to try that coming soon. Like you're probably going to see this be a thing. Like, hey, think about it. LeBron James will probably retire in the next 2 to 3 years. He has another son out there that he could possibly. Can you imagine all 3 of them playing? Oh my God, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. But what I'm saying is, you're going to see this coming soon down the pipeline with people, with fathers trying to get in and play with their sons. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think that's it for sports. I don't really have too much anything pressing with my sports take. What I want to do is I do want to talk about drunk sex. Those of you who can hear, you can hear it on my website at thecvpodnetwork.com. So here we are again. So how many of you have had drunk sex? There's some people who haven't had drunk sex before. So when I start to talk about this particular topic about drunk sex, they are going to not know, and they don't know what they're missing out on. It's a good experience. But it could be a bad experience for a person who is always inebriated when they have sex and they don't want to have sex with a particular individual, but they're having sex because they're drunk. Or maybe they're having sex or maybe they're drunk because the person did some type of Diddy stuff. Pause. I'm not insinuating that Diddy did that. I'm just saying, did he do it or whatever? What I'm saying is, this topic about drunk sex came about because of Megdastallion going on record. Okay, she went on record, first of all, saying that she didn't have sex with Tory Lanez. Dog. She said she didn't have sex with Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is now in prison. Okay? She did an interview on Gayle King and said she didn't have sex with him. Now, yes, she did say that she had sex with him during the trial, but to say you didn't have sex with him and then now you're saying you did have sex with him, and the public actually hears it in the way you say it to Gayle King, that the way you say it on the Hulu doc or whatever have you, but you said to Gayle King you did it, and then the way you said it was, oh, I didn't have sex with him because I didn't. She shouldn't have asked me that. Well, Gayle King is like, you think she asked R. Kelly about stuff? You think she's not gonna ask you? Come on, dog. So my thing is, you sit there and you literally lied to this lady, lied to the world. I feel like that should have some validity in what transpired in that case. Because if you could lie about that, what else are you lying about? Anyways, the way she said it, and here, you're gonna have to forgive me. Some of you that are on live, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna pull it up, but you're not gonna probably be able to hear it because you're gonna have to go to the website to hear it. But anyways, if you go to Hulu doc, you will be able to actually see what she said. And let's bring it up. Here we go. Before we get there, because it's not coming up. Before we get there, I don't have any problem with Megdastallion feeling the way she felt, but I just believe that she should have told the whole truth. And the way she said it made my man Tory sound just nasty. Oh, it's Amazon Prime, not Hulu. Sorry. Let's go into Tory. Here we go. They both lost their mom, Tory and Meg, by the Gayle. Once he kept catching you out of him. She said she fucked him maybe once, maybe twice. He kept catching you out of your mind. I hope that all of you women out there hear this. Bullshit! Bullshit! You and Tory had a friendship and bonded, right? So that means you had a little bit of feelings for him. How you gonna say he kept catching you out of mind? You're making this be, and I'm not, again, this isn't about a slander thing. This is about how black men, or even men in general, get in trouble with the law. Now, if I was Tory in that situation and two women were fighting over me and they pulled a gun, shit, I guess it'll be what do you call it? Slow singing and flower bringing. Because I'm not about to take guns from you. You gonna end your life over some meat? Pause. So, and then this is how black men, you get yourself caught up in that. So I'm not even exalting taking Tory out of it, but I'm saying what she said in this doc and how she portrayed that man and how things expired. Let's go back to a second before we even get into this. They were at a party of a friend. Tory had sex with her friend and her, and he was also inside the pool with Kylie Jenner. Okay? He obviously felt like it wasn't whatever y'all had, it was just some friend sex. So let's just say you were right in that, right? But why, if you didn't have feelings, why did you go back? Get slippers? You could have had them mailed to you. You rich. and then tell him to get out the water. Come on. Come on. So what I'm saying is, going back to the doc and her saying that man is in jail. I will say he's a dumb Negro for even allowing himself to, one, be in that, but also two, now that you're in that, you gonna keep the lie going. You know who shot who. We know who shot who. Hey, the court can say all they want. They did all this, whatever investigation, everything. Hey, listen, her friend. They not even friends no more. Her friend shot her. Maybe it was by accident. Maybe it was, him trying to take the gun, and they both shot her, whatever have you. But she pulled the gun out. Why are you taking that? But this young lady is sitting up here saying these things about drunk sex, and that's getting to my topic about drunk sex. Hey, yo, listen, you shouldn't be around him if you're going to be out of your mind, okay? And you shouldn't be saying that because you were shot. I believe you were embarrassed by his actions and the things that he was doing. So now he got to pay. That's the vindictive spirit I see. Y'all can call it what you want. Y'all can call it what you want, okay? But that's the vindictive spirit, and along with the drugs, along with the alcohol and being out of your mind. Because to be out of your mind, just like my thing about that is to be out of your mind, and then say that you're having sex with him. The experience I have had, I don't know about you, about a couple of you, but the experience that I've had with having drunk sex is like the best experience. Like I'm not going to go as far as to tell my business, but I'll say drunk sex is great. Okay, especially if you're doing it right. Okay, but what you got to understand is, got to be consensual. I believe it was consensual because she just said that she was out of her mind. But at the same time, was he drugging her? Like that leads me to believe, like, was he, or was you drugging yourself? Like, what was happening here? I need more elaboration on that to me, to be honest. But I also need it to be put to the fire that you lied and said you didn't, and then you went back and said you did. How are we not calling this a character flaw here? I need some answers. Somebody, somebody, because it just doesn't add up to me with this. It just doesn't add up to me. So I'm a little bit perturbed by just this. Let's listen to more. Now, I don't think that there is a revelation that is going to bring Tory home. But what is going to bring into question is that I know she didn't lie on the stand, but you lied at some point. Like You pulled the trigger and the bullet came out. So you can't take it back. Now I get it. You didn't get on the stand and say, but you said it before you got on the stand. So it already was a public humiliation for this man that he's been, and he got a song. You know what's so crazy? Yo, listen. Ooh, Yahoo. You guys who are on live can't hear this, but you will be able to hear it on audio. But I'm gonna play a song. Tory Lanez in the beginning, he loved her, but I don't think she was giving him that play that he really wanted. So that's why he went kind of a little left and was doing all of that thing. But listen, this is called Money Over Fallouts. Money Over Fallouts. I'm sorry, you YouTubers. I'm gonna get y'all to come to the website. Listen, one thing about the website is that you can buy merch. There's other podcasts that are on there. There are old podcasts on there as well. But it's almost like what's that going on? It's almost like what do you call Apple Music, Spotify, Patreon, where you can find music and things like that. For me, I feel like that's the way to go instead of trying to always cater to the rich already. Bring your podcast over here, and I'll put it on my website and get it going. But let's see, we're trying to get this going here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Come on. So listen, if she says she was drunk out of her mind and she don't remember, and she get with a team, and the team says, "Hey, we're gonna pin it on him," okay? And I'll even give you one better as why I think that. Tory got out of his deal, and signed, and he was one of the biggest artists at the time, and he got out of calling me in the middle of the podcast or the show. So Tory got out of the middle of his deal, and he he started to own his own, music. And I'm not. This is what was read, what I read, and this is what I seen. This is not. You go Google it. He has his own. He owns his music. Um. So basically, he, in this sense, was trying to make a power couple with her. Let's just say that. So him trying to make a power couple with her and do those particular things, you could kind of see some people saying, "Oh, got him," because now what we can do is pin this because you're gonna try to get her own, get her out, and then now y'all power couple, and then now they rocking. And if she says she was out of her mind, she don't actually remember. And what he's saying, I was there. And you saying you was drunk out of your mind. And it's on record that Meg was getting drunk out of her mind at those times. I've been drunk out of my mind and did some things before. My friends know. Can't share that. Hey, yo, Oz, if you're watching, can't share that, but I will tell you, they know. So what I'm saying is, what absolves her from that? I think that they pinned this on him, and they did a masterful. This was a masterful class of this, but I just think that the way she making this go, the way she did this to this particular gentleman, and she said she didn't have feelings for her, is a little bit. That's a lie. She had feelings, and that's why he's in jail, because you went back and did that. But what I was basically saying, and what I was bringing up, the point I'm having is that the powers that be on her team got this information of him, got the things that he was doing and trying to better his life and his career and stuff like that, and could see that if they teamed up and was together, they were going to take over. I mean, this was back in this was 4 years ago. This was 4 years ago. Imagine where they would have been at now. I'm trying to figure. He loved it. This song right here, and he talking about her. This nigga, he was in love. Yo, listen, I'm sorry, YouTubers, you can't hear, but this it's called "A Woman" by Tory Lanez on Daystar album. His name's Daystar, by the way. Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. Shout out to Tory Lanez. Prayers for all victims involved. Drunk sex. That's the cause of some drunk sex. What was the cause of some of your drunk sex? I know you had good episodes. I don't believe that people have drunk sex and it turns like this. Or it doesn't. I guess it. My bad. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But hey, listen, you tuned in to the fall off. This is on the Culture Visions actual YouTube. We will have it on the Fallout channel on YouTube. I just wanted to get you guys over here so I can take you over to where I need to take you. But also, it'll be on my website, the CV Pod Network, and that'll be the audio so you can hear the music as well. But it'll be a live show. We'll try to do this show. Well, we're not going to try to do it. We're going to do it because this is what my family wants me to do, and this is what I need to do for me for right now, so I can be able to get back to the studio. But for now, the fall off. I believe Tory, he fell off. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. A lot of people fall. I want to send a shout out to Quincy Jones. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones and his family. Sending love and condolences to anybody out there. But yeah, check the Fallout live show weekly. We're gonna try to do 3. We're gonna do 3 to 4 days a week. And hot topics. Put a topic down there that you want me to talk about, and we can go back and forth with. Okay. Peace.
I show desire, get with Symes, don't forget the fishing rods. Teach you how to fill your bucket, same time feel alive.